Hi there, I'm Cole Wilson. I'm here with my friend Andrew Niles, and together we're going to perform a functional movement screen. We're doing this for my class project, making sure I'm able to correctly assess and score a client, also able to properly give directions on the movement. Purpose for this screening for Andrew is to identify any sort of imbalances in his movement patterns, which could be indicative of a potential risk for injury, also limiting his performance. So ultimately we're looking for any weak links that could inhibit his performance or cause any injury. First movement we're going to look at in the functional movement screen is deep squat. To perform the deep squat, you're going to have hands overhead as high as possible, head and chest forward, squat as deeply as possible. We're going to make sure that Andrew has good maintaining of his balance. He's also balancing his upper and lower extremities. Go ahead and perform the squat. You can see good alignment in his ankles, knees, and hips. Slight lean forward. We'll have him perform the movement at the side angle facing this way. So you're able to see off the board. So you're able to see his trunk instantly. Go ahead. Hands overhead. Chest down, head down, and squat as deep as possible. You can see the lean forward there, a little bit of imbalance. Have him return to starting position. And lastly, have him perform movement on the board, which should give him a little bit of comfort and a little bit more range of motion, giving him fully parallel for that squat. Go ahead and try it out. You can see with the assistance of the board, he's able to get parallel on that squat and maintain a little bit better posture. After assessing that movement, I give Andrew a score of 2. Looking at the next movement, the hurdle step, this is going to test Andrew's ability to accelerate and also test his ability to change direction, which is essential in many sports. We're going to have him step up to the board here, toes touching the board. And what we're going to ask Andrew to do is hold the stick behind his head and one leg at a time. We're going to start with the left. We're going to step over the screen, tap the heel on the floor, and then return the leg back to the starting position while trying to maintain balance in both upper and lower extremities as much as possible. So go ahead, and with your left leg, step over the line, tap the heel on the ground. Good, and return back to the starting position, trying to maintain good alignment. All right, let's do one more. The left leg. Good, and return back to the starting position. Just so we get a thorough view, show you from the lateral side. Same, bring your toes to the board. Okay, with the left leg, go ahead and step over, maintaining good posture and balance. Go ahead. You can see the core staying strong and staying balanced. And one last time with the left leg. And he's able to stay in pretty good alignment. Pretty good job there by Andrew. I would give him a score of 3 on the hurdle step. Next movement we're going to look at is the inline lunge. We're going to start with the lateral view. And we're going to have Andrew perform sort of a split squat. So he's facing the wall here with his left foot down by the bottom of the board. Okay, left foot here. Right foot out here. Again, the stick's going to be placed behind his head. And he's going to slowly perform a split squat, making sure his spine stays in contact with the PVC pipe stick at all times. As he lowers himself towards the board, he's looking to touch that knee down right behind his right ankle. I'll have you go ahead and do that one more time. Trying to maintain good posture, good alignment. You see he is leaning forward just a little bit. We'll have you have him perform the movement to a different angle just to see if there's any asymmetries here. And left foot at the base, right foot forward. Good, and you're going to go nice and slow. With that split squat, knee touching down right behind the heel, and returning to starting motion. Pretty good job. With the trunk flexion, I would have to score Andrew with a 2. Next, look at the shoulder mobility. We measured Andrew's hand length ahead of time, and his hand length is 8 inches. So important to remember with the shoulder mobility test, if he's able to bring his hands within 1 hand length, he'll receive a score of 3. 1.5 hand lengths receives a score of 2, and anything more than that is a score of 1. So let's have you with your back towards the camera. Fist in a tight, closed fist. Right hand up here at the upper back. Left hand comes here lower back, and we'll try to get those as close as possible. Measuring it out here, you can see his fists are within 1 hand length of each other. That'll give him a score of 3. We'll test the other side here, going bilateral, making sure there's no asymmetries or impairments. And you can see he's, again, within 1 full hand length, so he'll receive a score of 3. Also important to always check, see if there's any pain during these movements, which would receive an automatic score of 0. Do you have any pain? Nope, no pain at all. All right, next movement we're going to look at is the active straight leg raise. Go ahead and lay down for me here, head facing this way, legs facing this way. We're going to have the forward feet underneath his knees. And what we're looking for is not only hamstring flexibility, but also his ability to keep his core stable and everything else still while he brings his leg up here. So he's first going to test the left leg. We're going to bring it up as slowly as possible while keeping both legs fully extended and your right leg on the floor. Go ahead and bring up your left leg as slowly as possible. You can see good range of motion there, extending past the hip. Go ahead and bring it back down while doing a good job of immobilizing the other leg. Let's bring it up one more time. Good. Good range of motion there, good flexibility, good core stability. We'll have you flip around and test the other leg real quick. And your right leg now, we'll bring it up as slow as possible while keeping the left leg on the ground. Both legs, Andrew's doing a good job of keeping the knee fully extended while maintaining good stability of all the surrounding parts. Go ahead one more time with the right leg. All right, I'd have to assess Andrew and give him a score of 3 on the straight leg raise. Next, we're going to look at the trunk stability push-up. We're going to use the yoga mat for this. Kind of a challenging movement, testing a little bit of upper body strength, along with core's ability to engage and maintain a flat spine. So I'll have Andrew come out here on the yoga mat, head facing this way, straight down. We're going to start with the thumbs aligned with the top of the head. Okay, a little higher there. All right, good. And now we're going to initiate the movement with the upper body and then engage the core to maintain trunk stabilization. Go ahead. Good. You see him initiating the movement with the upper body and then using his core to stay straight. Go ahead and lower yourself. And pretty good. We'll just have him do one more just for good measure. And nice job there. I'd have to give Andrew a score of 3. Lastly, we're looking at the rotary stability. This is going to test Andrew's ability to stabilize his core and initiate the movement of his arms and legs at the same time. We'll have him come up here off the mat. And this last test is going to be on the board now. So we're going to have him straddle the board on his hands and knees, creating a tabletop for his back. And like I said, this is going to test Andrew's ability to initiate the movement of his arms and legs simultaneously. And we're going to attempt to do it unilaterally, moving both his left arm and left leg together, straighten out. So go ahead when you're ready. Left leg and left arm extended. You can see a good amount of imbalance there. Okay, go ahead and return. We'll give him one more try. Good. And if the client's unable to perform this movement, he can do it cross-sectionally, and you can touch his left elbow to his right knee. Go ahead and try to perform that, or straighten it out first, and then bring them back together, elbow to knee. A lot better job there, and you can tell this one's a little more challenging. I have psoriasis too.